Alrighty, we have arrived here at spring training. Today is the start of spring training. It's February 24th, 2020. I believe we just got the player development update recently, or that was the beginning of February. Nothing too interesting in here. Just it looks like Joe Rizzo improved a bit in AAA. That is good to see. He is an option for us at some point if somebody does go down if with an injury, but he's just going to be in AAA again this year, and I think I might try to get him to be maybe get some time in like left or something so he can be more of a versatile player, maybe get some first base in there. And then George Kirby looks like he's also improved a bit. He's going to be in AAA this year. So yeah, what we're going to do now is we're going to, well, first thing we're going to do is I showed you guys last time that we're going to be playing Benintendi in right field in the spring training, so he can get some right field action and be able to play both corner spots, because there's no reason he should not be able to play right field, so we want to get him locked in there and just have some more versatility options for Andrew Benintendi. And then also, I want to get this new guy we just got, this new Korean third baseman Kim. I want to, right now he's only playing third base and shortstop, and honestly, like, his best position might be second base. So I want to lock him in to, not only just because I might play him there, he's probably going to play third though, but I do want to be able to actually play him at second if we need to. So spring training is a good time to get that done, lock him in at second base, and just get him some time there. Alrighty, so we've reached opening day here. Our owner thinks that we should at least reach the playoffs this year, which I would agree with him there. What about the top prospects list? Do we have anybody on the immediate top 10? We do not. So do we have anybody at all who has moved up? Marte is 39, Perez is top 16, and then Victor Luna is 48th. And then along with the pitchers, we've got Brian Perez is 71, and Ortiz is 79 because Justin Dunn has graduated from the top prospects onto the regular roster in the major leagues because he just spent like the whole last season there. And now we have to go and just send down the guys who, like, the first thing we need to do is just send down all the guys who aren't on major league contracts or aren't in the 40-man, just back down to their spots, like Dean here down to Double-A. Alright, now we are down to the 40-man roster players left on the Seattle active roster, and as far as the outfielders go, I'm thinking that Kwan is the odd man out here, possibly Kwan and Chavez Young, but for sure Kwan is the guy I want to send down to AAA, so he's going to go down to AAA here. We're going to lock him onto disable AI promotion demotion, and then we're also going to, did they, oh, never mind. This is a guy who, yeah, I want this guy in Double-A. Also this guy, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he should be in Double-A. Tinglestad also should be in Double-A. They just called up these guys because I had guys on the spring training roster and they wanted to fill in because they didn't realize it was spring training or whatever. So yeah, it'll be like Benintendi. He got up to 50 in right field in spring training. I have him back on left field right now, so he'll probably end up on left field. And I made Kyle Lewis a right fielder, so he'll probably end up there. And then Kelnick will be in center field, obviously, who is back and ready to dominate. Not even 23 yet. Simmons at shortstop. Right now they have Apostle playing third. Kim got his second base up to 40. I put Kim back on third base. Apostle does have a higher overall and potential, I believe, right now. So they like Apostle, I believe, better, so I might have to force-start Kim at third. Or force-start Apostle at DH. One of the other. I'd rather have Apostle alternate DH with Haniger, though. So I think I'll probably force-start Kim at third. I'll just do that right now. We'll just force-start Kim at third base, and we'll bench him when he's like 85% fatigued. And yeah, so this is the thing. He's probably going to be a bench guy this year, Dragnet, despite putting up a pretty solid season for us. And then one of either I'm going to have more bench players than I am relievers, or I'm going to have to send one of these outfielders that I don't want to send down, or I'm going to have to send, because right now it's Fraley is the backup. Yeah, I think I totally forgot about Fraley. So yeah, I think Chavez Young is going to have to go down too. He's going to go down to AAA, down there. I'm going to figure out where these guys are going to play. I'm going to force start some of these guys that I want starting over the veterans. Like, obviously, I want Julio Rodriguez playing, I want Chavez Young playing, and I want Kwan playing over Mesa and Pisano, who are just kind of backup guys I have in AAA. And I don't want all these second basemen to be only second basemen, so I'm going to force start certain guys to play certain positions so they can get more versatility and so they actually play every day. The guys I want playing every day. But we'll do that once we figure out the Major League roster situation. So yeah, those are the outfielders. Benintendi's going to be in left, Kelnick's going to be in center, Lewis is going to be in right, Haniger's going to be playing some right and also DH, and then Fraley's the backup outfielder, essentially. He's essentially the fourth outfielder. And that means that we have a first baseman. Like, let's say the second baseman is probably going to be Long. Third baseman is Kim, and the shortstop is Simmons. That means we have 1, 2, 3 backup infielders, which is definitely more than you want to have. I guess Durr or Postel are the backup third baseman. I could send down Durr, I don't want to, though. So we might have to just have more infielders than we have relievers, which also Johan Ramirez here, who I added to the spring training roster because he's had 2 really good seasons in AA for me. I'm not sure how this worked out because he was in AAA back-to-back seasons, having really good seasons in the bullpen, striking out a ton of guys. And apparently he's a Rule 5 guy. Like, we got him from the Astros in the Rule 5, apparently, and he has 90 active days left on the Rule 5. But he was, like, we've never had him in the big leagues. How was he able to go to AAA if he was a Rule 5 guy? I don't understand that at all. So that's just really weird to me. But I guess we're going to have to keep him as one of the relievers or release him, which I don't really want to do because he has the potential to be nasty. And he's even a ground ball pitcher, which I like a lot. So we're going to try to keep him on the roster here. So, like, first glance at, yeah, they have, like, Kincannon, Gerber as right-handed specialists. Well, I don't know what I just said the first time. So these guys are going to immediate just send down a AAA. So, Gerber and Kincannon down to AAA. He's locked. Joey Gerber down to AAA. He's locked as well. Then some of these long reliever guys, like Armenteros is probably going to go down. Cole Stapler is probably going to go down. Ponce de Leon, I think he's out of options. He is, so he's probably going to get DFA'd, even though he was pretty good for us in 26 innings. He was actually really good, so maybe not. But, yeah, Art Warren, I think he's going to go down. Like, right off the bat, Armenteros, Stapler, and Art Warren, we can send those guys down. Stapler, he's in AAA. Where is he? He's locked. Art Warren, he's locked. And Armenteros is actually out of options. That's not ideal. He had a 3 WAR in Tacoma last season. I don't want to lose him on the waiver wire. I doubt he gets claimed, but he might. Altavia looks like he's actually dropped quite a bit in ratings, which is not good. He had really good seasons back-to-back. What can we do with Marco Gonzalez here? Could I, like, get some prospects for Marco Gonzalez? Would somebody be willing to just take Marco Gonzalez's contract for some prospects? Is that something I could do? Possibly, please? Nope, not something I can do. Austin Martin, this guy's pretty good. That's first-round pick. What? Very interesting. I'm very interested. Yeah, he's the Vandy guy. Okay. Okay. I like that. I like that. Austin Martin. Alright. Even Depoda would like that, so that's interesting. This is the money we would be retaining on that. Do they still like it if it's like 35? No. So you'll like it when it's 40. Could I get this Ismail Aquino guy? I can. Would you also give me Zach Pop? I can. Okay, so I could get... I like that. I could get third baseman, shortstop, probably more of a third baseman. Could even play some outfield, even. And Austin Martin, I can get him as a guy who could come up with us eventually. And also this guy would probably be an, no, he would be in Double A for me, I think. And then this guy would be, I would just throw him in Double A again, too. So yeah, I mean, I'm gonna do this. Marco Gonzalez, we're gonna get rid of him. They won't accept it for 35, right? Yeah, no, they won't accept it for 35, 25. Alright, so 25 is when the dialogue changes, and I could throw in, like, this guy who Who is this guy? I'll throw that guy on. Sure. I'll give you this guy. Marco Gonzalez will take 25% of his contract, and you'll give us Austin Martin and these two minor league relievers. We're going to do that. Marco Gonzalez is now a Baltimore Oriole. I'm going to go to the Mail and News, and I'm just going to throw him on my short list just to see how he does. Alright, so we are actually going to send Jake Fraley down to AAA just because he has options available, and I'm not sure what else to do. And we do have enough outfielders to cover that, so we're just going to have him play like center field in AAA or something. Alright, well, I don't particularly want to do this, but Justice Sheffield has options, and we're just going to send him down to AAA just because he has options, and he's the odd man out. He's been a solid reliever for us, but we just don't want to lose anybody else right now, so he is just going to be in AAA, and then he'll be like one of the first guys to come up when somebody gets hurt. And then I think we're just going to do it. I think we're going to DFA one of Altavia or McGill, and I'm thinking it's going to be McGill. Yeah, we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna DFA McGill, even though he has been great. We're gonna DFA him and just hope he doesn't get claimed. And yeah, hopefully these guys get their waivers for us: Armenteros, McGill, and Ponce de Leon. And that's going to be our big league roster. Obviously, this will all get changed around depending on where the AI wants these guys in roles, but it'll probably be similar to that. Maybe Altavia gets moved up to another middle relief guy. But Urias and Ramirez will probably stick as long relief guys. And then in the lineups right now, they're a bit incomplete, but Kim is going to be forced to play third base. We'll have Simmons at shortstop probably. Benintendi will play left. Kelnick will play center. And then, like, Lewis and Haniger will play right field, and then, like, these guys will all just, like, interchange positions in the outfield. And then, like, second base will be, like, Shed Long and Leba, and first base will be White. Catcher is actually, they think it's going to be Cal Raleigh, but I don't want Cal Raleigh playing that off. Like, I don't want a platoon of these guys, so we're just going to have force start Nola, and we'll bench him when he gets to, like, I don't know, like, I guess 88 fatigue? No, we'll just do 85. 85 fatigue for Austin Nola. Just because we want Nola to be our catcher, we just want Raleigh to be his backup, but we don't want them doing a platoon, which is what they have them doing right now. And, yeah, then, like, Apostle and Haniger will hopefully, like, switch DHs, or, like, him and Long or so. We'll see what they do. But that'll be our roster here. And let's just sim a day and see what happens on opening day. As he's still a spring training. Oh, I have to throw him on the that makes sense. I have to throw him on the 40-man. Alright, so Johan Ramirez is on the team officially. Now we're gonna sim a day and see what happens. Opening day against the Oakland Athletics, and we lose 2-1. Alright, so close game. Look at that, Tanaka actually improved. Very interesting to see. Even Justin Dunn improved. We like seeing that. Evan White improved. Shed Long improved. Why did Kelnick drop? His eye and his potential dropped. That's not odd. He has a 6-WAR season and then he dropped. It's not like he dropped to, like, bad, but I don't know. It's fine. Let's see what happened here in opening day against the A's. Yeah, they started the lineup that they already had there. But now it should be different once we look at that after this. But yeah, it looks like Kyle Lewis doubled. Not much hits going on either side, and they just kind of eked us out as Gilbert went 8 1/3. Only gave up 2 runs, struck out 9, and then Jesus Luzardo went 6 innings, struck out 8, and then Brebbia came on and got 2 innings of shutout ball, and then Reyes Moranta shut us down in the 9th inning. So yeah, looks like they got Brennan Nimmo on their team, Matt Chapman's still there, Olsen, Semien. Their team's still pretty much the same. And, yeah, so that's what happens on opening day. Let's see what they have as our lineup. So, yeah, it's Nola catching, White, Long at second, which is fine. I'll see how that plays out, and then we'll make a decision with Leyba if we want to force Leyba to start. But I'm fine with him playing every 10th and every 6th game against righties and lefties. Kim at third, Simmons at short, Benintendi in left, Kelnick in center, Lewis in right. Haniger is DHing against righties, and then Apostol's DHing against lefties. I like that. I like that a lot. I do. And then Durr is the first pinch hitter off the bench against lefties. Leyba, Rally, Haniger. Rally, Apostol, Leyba, Durr. I like that. I like that a lot. That's what we're going to roll with, and let's just see how the rest of the season goes here. Let's cruise through here. I want to try to at least maybe get to, like, the draft or something, and then we'll end this episode off there. And Matt Magill did indeed get claimed by the Washington Nationals, so it looks like he's going to be going to Washington. And Tyler Matzik immediately gets an oblique strain. He's out for 4 weeks, and that's a lefty, so you know what that means. He goes to the 15-day IL, and Justice Sheffield can come right back up. As we are starting the season off 1-2, Matt Magill is now on Washington. Let's just throw him on the short list just to keep an eye on how he does this season. Oh my goodness, another injury. Shed Long fractured his thumb. He's out for 6 to 7 weeks. So that immediately makes it so Leyba is going to get more playing time. So yeah, we can actually throw him on the 10-day IL. We do not have to force start Kim anymore, probably, right? No, because if I don't force start, they'll probably just, yeah, I don't know, because the thing is, I don't want them to, like, play him on the... We'll leave him as 4-star third base, I think. Or maybe we'll have him playing second, and Leyba will just continue. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to un-4 start... I don't care when he gets benched. Yeah, we're going to un-4 start him, and then we're just going to make his position second base. So second will be a combination of Kim and Leyba, and then third will be a combination of Durr and Apostol, and then we can call up like some utility guy, like an outfielder. We can call up an outfielder. Jake Fraley can come right back up. So Jake Fraley is now back in the big leagues, and that's what we're going to roll with here. Unfortunate that Shed Long got injured, but that is how things went out. So these guys cleared waivers. Armenteros cleared waivers. He can go to AAA. Ponce de Leon clears waivers. He can go to AAA. We can lock him to AAA too because we got him off waivers last season. And we'll just keep things moving along. As we have a day off today. And we're playing the White Sox, I'm assuming. Yes, we lose to the White Sox 6-5. And we beat the White Sox 8-7. Let's just see what the lineup they're rolling with here is. So yeah, it's Nola, White, Leyba. They've got Leyba starting, and Kim's the backup? Huh. I'm not sure how I feel about that, but I mean, they do have him playing quite often. He's playing every 7th game at second, every 6th game at third, every 7th game at second, every 5th game at third. Oh, that's Durr there, and then Kim's playing the shortstop there. So yeah, I don't mind that, I guess. We'll leave that how it is for now, and then maybe we'll evaluate a little bit later on in the season and see how this works. It looks like Leyba's gotten off to a pretty hot start in his 14 ABs. Yeah, not that the early season numbers don't matter really at all, but... And yeah, so now they got Haniger there, and then Rally's DHing against lefties. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. That's totally fine. Fraley's playing every 4th game and every 5th game in left field. That's also fine. And we'll just keep things moving along. Alrighty, so Jake Fraley apparently has scored in 9 straight games, which is interesting. 9 straight games for Jake Fraley. That probably spans back to last season, considering he just came back up. And we have won 2 in a row there. Lost 1, loss, win, loss. Just like a back and forth start to the season here for our Mariners. We're 9-7. Decent start to the year here, about halfway through April. Win against Tampa again. Win against Philly. And we win against Philly again. Back-to-back wins. We take the 2-game set. What's that? 5 wins in a row. We're on a 5-game win streak here. This game against Philly. Margavicius goes 6 innings. And then the second game against Philly. Tanaka, complete game. Let's go. Tanaka out there dicing things up. And now we're up to April 20th. It looks like Nola's actually been pretty solid through 3 starts, which we'd like to see. We'd like to see that a lot. And we'll just keep things moving along. Here we got a series against Texas in Texas. We lose the first game of that 8-5. Lose the second game of that 11-5. And then we take the... Oh, it's actually a 4-game set. So can we even up the series here? We can't. We lose the series 3-1. Matzek is going to take a week or 2 to return to action. Leba wins AL Player of the Week. Very good to see. He's gotten off to a hot start, got off to a hot end to last year. Obviously, he was our leadoff guy in the playoffs last year, and now he is getting off to a hot start here in 2022 as the everyday second baseman. Very good to see. Very good to see. We traded for him for a reason. And now we'll just keep things moving. Beat Minnesota in 12 innings. Beat Minnesota 12-7. All right. I'm not sure why they're doing this Andrelton Simmons leadoff thing, but I mean, I guess I'll let Service do what he's doing. Kelnick had 2 hits, White had 2 hits, Lewis had 2 hits, scored 3 times, Rowley had a hit, Leba had a hit, Benintendi had 2 hits, Kim was hitless, but he scored and walked, Durr even had 2 hits, he had a double, Kelnick had a double, home run for Evan White, Benintendi had a homer. Looks like the offense got done there. So this is a 4-game set against Minnesota. We took the first 2 games. Can we win the series? Ooh, 7-1. Then we're up 3-0 in this series. Another good hit game. Evan White, Jake Fraley, Austin Nola, Domingo Leba. Gilbert had a solid game on the hill. Can we sweep them? Ah, we can't. We lose 15-7 in the 4th game of the set. Who pitched this game? Dunn kind of get rocked around a bit. 8 hits, 6 runs in 3 2/3 innings of work, and then the bullpen came in. Urias was really bad, and he got 1 out, gave up 4 runs, walked 4. That's not good to see at all. What is his issue? He's got 11 innings already. He's walking a bunch of guys. He's giving up too many home runs. I'm not sure what's going on here, Julio Urias. Hopefully he turns things around here as we are ending the month of April here in a couple days. As we got a series against the Oakland A's. We dropped the first one in the 11th inning. We dropped the second one. Wyatt Mills, Rookie of the Month. Let's go. Looks like we got an A-ball pitcher who got suspended 4 games. Got into a little scuffle with an umpire, it seems like. But rookie hurler, Wyatt Mills wins AL Rookie of the Month award. Very good to see. He was solid in the postseason for us last year, and he's just also picking up where Leba, same with Leba, where he's picking up where he left off. Another Gonzaga guy. Was he one of the guys that we drafted? Did I draft him, or is he... No, he was drafted in real life by, See, I was joking in that first draft that we did in 2020 that we were going to establish a Gonzaga to Seattle pipeline, but I guess they already sort of have one. They got this guy, they got Marco Gonzalez, who I just traded away. I guess they already have one. So yeah, Wyatt Mills here has been very good. I mean, he hasn't even given up a run yet. 0 ERA through 12 1/3 innings. Extremely good to see from our extreme ground ball pitcher. Chavez Young won Best Batter of the Month. Yeah, Batter of the Month in the PCL. That's good to see. Yes, he is tearing the cover off the ball in AAA. And then pitcher of the month, Nestor Cortez. The Red Sox still have him in Pawtucket. They are not using him in the big leagues pretty much at all. Still in AAA. Still being a really good AAA pitcher. And who did we get in that trade? I totally forgot who we got in that trade. Oh, yeah, that was the Benintendi trade. That's right. That was Cortez, Smith, and Benitez for Benintendi. Is Smith... It looks like they didn't even bring back Malik Smith. He's now with the AAA team in Atlanta. This is interesting to see. Sherton Apostle here has gotten off to a decent start. He's been playing third base, actually. And only 93 plate appearances, but he's slashing 272, 355, 568. Gets 6 home runs, 6 doubles. And, 142 WRC+. Plus, so a decent start to the year for Sherton Apostle. Playing third base. Not ideally what we wanted to have him be doing. I might shift... that's not good. Logan Gilbert out 5 to 6 weeks with an elbow strain. I believe that's the first injury he's gotten since we've had him up in the big leagues here. So yeah, 15-day IL for Logan Gilbert. How's Matzik doing on his... Not great. Not great on his rehab stint. We're not going to call him back up because he's had like an inning in rehab. LJ Newsome. It could be LJ Newsome time. We're going to do it. LJ Newsome, he's not walking anybody in AAA. Has 5 starts. He's been pitching really well. He's a guy I want to get involved, so LJ Newsome is on the team now. How's the rest of these guys doing? Justice Sheffield has not been great in 10 innings. Hopefully he can figure that thing out. If not, then we'll send him down. But the rest of these guys, I'm not going to make any moves on. Ramirez is striking out a ton of people, but he's also walking an absurd amount of people. That is the highest walk per 9 rate I have seen ever. That is absurd. That is really, really absurd. And he has somehow managed to have his ERA plus as just barely below 100. Probably because he's striking at 15.2 guys per 9. But, yeah, that is an absurd walk rate. Hopefully he can figure that out, but if he can't here, we'll see what happens once we sim like another week or two, or probably towards the end of June. We'll see how he's looking, and then we will decide what to do with him. As Tanaka's ERA has bloated up to 7, which is not good. We just beat the Rangers 14-3. Justice Sheffield was on the hill for that, but he walked 5 and 6. That's not ideal. Urias, right back to... He was not a serious injury, so he's right back to playing. We drop 1 to Houston to start that series. We take the next game. And we lose that game. Can we even out the series here? We can't. We lose 10-9. The pitching has been really suspect here. 13th in runs against. I mean, we had a really good team last year with pitching, and we have like all the same guys with a couple added who should help us. And it's just like Tanaka's gotten off to a really bad start here. A 7 ERA, 7 FIP through 8 starts. That's not good at all. I mean, with numbers like that, he's a candidate to be... he has a team option for next year, so that's a candidate to not be brought back for next year. Nola also has not been great through 8 starts. Margavicius is up there in the high 5, basically a 6. Justin Dunn's basically got a 7 ERA. I don't know what's going on here with the old pitching staff, but they are not getting the job done. That is for sure. What was Logan Gilbert doing before he got hurt? I mean, he was pitching pretty well. He was pitching fine. He's the only starter who was pitching good. And then in the bullpen, even our bullpen's been bad. Like, we've had the best bullpen in the bigs, essentially, the past few seasons, and we've 10th ERA in the American League. Like, Wyatt Mills is pitching well. Austin Az is pitching well. Gilbo's pitching well. Altavia's pitching well. And then Urias and Ramirez. Ramirez dropped his ERA down to 4. Dropped his walk rate a bit. I mean, it's funny to say drop, and he's still got a 10 walk rate. So, Yeah, like what are his games looking like? If I go to game log. Yeah, just like every time he pitches, he just walks people. Walks a guy, had no walks in this. 3 walks, 2 walks, 2 walks, 1 walk, 3 walks, 2 walks, and these are all in like 1 inning of appearances. But then he pitched 3 innings against Minnesota in a 2-1 win and struck out 7 and only walked 1. Like, why can't you channel this energy that you had in this game consistently? You do that and you're like the best pitcher of all time. But nope. Don't want to do that. Couldn't possibly do that, Johan. But, yeah, Urias has been really bad, so that's not good to see. I mean, he's been really bad. He's pitching a lot. That's probably what's killing the bullpen here is Urias. Urias and Ramirez's walks. I mean, he's got I mean, yeah, he has that is absurdly bad. That's not good at all. Alright, so Shed Long is now eligible to come off the IL, so we're going to throw him on a rehab assignment down to AAA. Let's check on Matzik, how he's... Oh my Jesus, man. What is this? Why are you walking 7 people in AAA? What are you doing? Matzik? Alright, well... Alright, so Urias... He's out of... We're just going to DFA Urias. We're going to DFA him and send him down to AAA, and we're going to swap him with Matzik, and just hope that Matzik figures things out when he comes back up. And Urias will either get claimed or go down to AAA and hopefully figure things out. And that's not good. One of our AAA catchers, Carter Binns, who has been solid for us in our system... in last year, he split between AA and AAA. He was good in both systems, or both levels. In 2020, he struggled a bit at the plate. But, I figured I would give him a chance, called him up, and he did well. And then in 2020 here, he hasn't been great, but he is now out for the season with a torn labrum. As a catcher, not ideal. So that means that the Hawaiian guy that we got from Indie Ball is now... the catcher we have in AAA, and they'll just call somebody up to replace him, but he has actually been pretty solid in AAA here. That's good to see. He's our 3rd catcher, so if somebody gets hurt in the big leagues, it's this guy coming up now. Alright, so Urias just cleared waivers. We're going to throw him down to AAA here, lock him to AAA. Make sure we do that. And then also, we're on a bit of a run here, as we have beaten Boston 3 in a row. 3 games in a row. We lost to Philly there, but then we beat Philly the day before. 1, 2, 3 in a row on Kansas City. 3 in a row on Texas. Yeah, that's the 19th, 18th, 17th. Yeah, 3 in a row in Texas. And that was the end of like a bit of a rough patch here. But yeah, we've been on a bit of a run here. That is good to see here. Closing out the month of May strong. Matzik has come up and he is... not been great. It's an inning, so you can't really judge him on an inning, but his 1 inning that he's been up with in the bigs for has not been good. Alrighty, so we've made it to the first-year player draft. Today is the first-year player draft. It is June 4th, and it's only been a few days since that big win streak. We've kind of been back and forth since then. We lost that game to Boston that I showed you 22-6. And lost to Kansas City, beat Kansas City, lost to Kansas City, beat the Mets, and then it's the draft. That's today. So just a back-and-forth stretch there, a couple of games. Tanaka's been not really bad. Really bad, not good to see. I think if I was to release him, it would just be... I could just pay the $8 million now, or I could... expense over the life of the contract. I don't want to do that. Yeah, no, we're just gonna... No. I guess we're just gonna ride it out with him and hope he figures it out. Margavicius needs to figure it out, too. Dunn needs to figure it out, although it seems like he has a bit, because it was more in the... Wasn't he, like, in the high 6s before? Sheffield is in the starting rotation. Has he been in the rotation as compared to the bullpen? So yeah, he's been much better as a starter than he was as a reliever, so that's good. Somehow just figuring it out as a starter. Nola's been not good. That's also not good to see. Wyatt Mills has been insane. That's a 6.44 ERA plus. He's got 20 games finished, 30 Ks and 22 and a third. He's taken over closer duties from Austin Adams, and this is just an absurd end of game pairing we have here in Mills and Austin Adams for us. It seems like Delaplane's been fine. Nothing special. Gilbo's been solid yet again. Altavia's still been really good, despite his ratings going down. LJ Newsome, it appears, has been good in the bullpen. That's good to see. He a 0 walk rate in 12 innings. So you like to see that. That's what you expect from a guy who has an 80 control rating. Johan Ramirez, still walking way too many guys. He has 25 days left on the Rule 5. So I believe that means after these 25 days, he's then eligible to get sent down. The thing is, can we afford to have him on the roster for those 25 days before we send him down? And then Matzik here has pitched 7 games, and he's just not... Yeah, we gotta make it... We're gonna DFA Matzik here. We gotta get rid of him. We gotta get somebody else up here. So Matzik's gonna get DFA'd. That means we should probably call up a lefty. Definitely should call up a lefty. Yeah. So let's take a look at the AAA bullpen here. The AAA pitching staff, who is a guy who could get called up? They have all righties in the rotation, so none of these guys are obvious ones. Aaron Fletcher. Aaron Fletcher is an obvious one. He's a lefty. Urias is a lefty. We don't want to bring him right back up, though. So yeah, really the only lefty here is Aaron Fletcher. I mean, why not, man? He's been in AAA so long now. Give him a shot. Finally give him a shot. Aaron Fletcher is going to come up to Seattle wearing number 81. Love it. We love it. And then I think that's the only call-up we're going to make here. All these... How are the bats doing here? Let's sort by... sort by WAR. Evan White's got a 2 WAR. Labo's got a 1.8. Simmons, Apostle, Lewis, Kelnick, Fraley, Benintendi's 0.8. Kim's a 0.7. Austin Nola has been bad. That's not good to see. Actually quite bad to see. He has been not good this year. So I think what we're going to do here is we are going to not force start Austin Nola anymore and just let the AI do whatever it wants to do with the catcher situation. And hopefully that is a better situation, because it seems like Rowley's been hitting. He's got 89 plate appearances, and he's got a 122 WRC plus solid slash line. So yeah, let's just hope that having like a combination of Rowley and Nola is that's now it's making me think maybe I should have traded Nola in the preseason and try to get something for him and just let Rowley be the starting catcher, because now Nola's trade value isn't going to be what it was at the end of a 4 WAR season. But you know, you live and you learn. You live and you learn. It looks like Kim's been on a hot streak as a bench player. That's fine to see. Fine to see. Apostle's been really solid at the dish for us at the third base position. Simmons, that's good to see. That is extremely good to see. A much better... I mean, if he does this, if he does around a 100 WRC plus every season with his defensive metrics and with his defensive ability, I mean, that is well worth what we're giving him, I think, at least. For the few years we're going to have him and then replace him with somebody, for sure. Benintendi, solid, 130 WRC plus. Love to see that type of stuff. Jake Fraley's hitting pretty well. Kyle Lewis has been much better offensively this season. That's always good to see. Kelnick, he's having not as good of a... Well, no, he is. He's just not slugging as much. Okay, so he's still getting on base and hitting singles. He's just not hitting extra bases. Yeah, 7 home runs, 10 doubles. Yeah, he's just not hitting extra bases as much as he was last year. His stolen base rate is also just very not ideal. He's walking a lot, which is great to see. So yeah, just keep doing what you're doing there, Kelnick, and it'll come around. Haniger has been really bad in 132 ABs. That is really not good to see. But this is the last year of Haniger's contract, and then he's going to be a free agent, so we'll probably either hit him with like a qualifying offer or maybe try to trade him at the deadline or something. I don't know. We'll make that decision when the time comes. Cal Raleigh, we saw, has been hitting well. Nola hasn't. Evan White has. Evan White's been really good, yet again. Domingo Leiba's been very solid for Leiba. Five home runs, 11 doubles. Barely striking out. 151 WRC plus. Extremely good for Domingo Leiba, as they're starting him every day at second base. I mean, what more can you ask for? We traded for him to do that type of stuff, and he's doing that type of stuff, man. And then this Kim guy has been a solid bench piece for us. I like it. I like it a lot. I mean, Durr is barely getting any plate appearances because he's kind of like the odd man out, but I mean, when he does play, he's getting hits. when he plays, he gets hits, man. So, I mean, that's fine. If somebody gets hurt, he can immediately just go in there. Hopefully nobody does get hurt. But, yeah, we'll take that. We'll take that with the bats. So the bats have been... See, that's our thing this year. Now we're all of a sudden scoring a ton of runs. We have the third best offense in the American... I'm pretty sure these are American League stats only. We have, like, the best one of the best offenses in the American League. Best WAR, third best run scored, best batting average, second on base percentage, sixth OPS, fifth WOBA. Home runs are still not great, but I mean, we're still scoring plenty of runs. Amazing base running, apparently. But the pitching, man, the pitching is just not great. It's not great with the pitching this year. And it's just I guess we can't get two things to click at once. It's like my golf game in PGA Tour 2K21. You know, you get the driver going, you get the approach shot going, but you can't putt for shit. That's what we got this going on here. We can score runs, but we can't keep runs off the board. In the past 2 seasons, we could keep runs off the board, but we couldn't score for shit. So hopefully we can figure that out, and we'll see who we take here in the draft in the next episode.